Krishna Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Puri Brajaka Ashtotar Sata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna, Gopa Gopinath, Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mayi ki jai. Jamuna Mayi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, and welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam class with His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami and friends. It's Friday, October 4th, 2024 in New York. And tonight, since I don't see Maharaj yet, it may be more of an and friends night, but that's always good also. We're in Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 6, tonight starting on text 28, at least according to the chat notes that we have in this house. And thanks everyone again for being here. Hare Krishna. Mahesh Prabhu, you are muted. I couldn't hear those words of wisdom.
Sorry about that. Is it 27 or 28?
27 I have us discussing from our notes from Wednesday. So 28 is not documented in my book.
Oh, okay. So we'll go for 28 now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, entitled Brahma Satisfied Lord Shiva. Chapter 6 and number 28. Okay. Hitva yaksheshwara purim vanam saugandhikam chatat dhumme kamadudya hidyam chitramalya phalachhade. While traveling, the demigods passed over the forest known as Sungandhika, which is full of varieties of flowers, fruits, and desire trees. While passing over the forest, they also saw the region of Yaksheshwara. Yaksheshwara is also known as Kuvera, and he is a treasurer of the demigods. In the descriptions of him in Vedic literature, it is stated that he is fabulously rich. It appears from these words that Kailash is situated near the residential quarter of Kuvera. It is also stated here that the forest was full of desire tree. In Brahma Samhita, we learn about the desire tree which is found in the spiritual world, especially in Krishna Lok, the abode of Lord Krishna. We learn here that such desire trees are also found in Kailash, the residence of Lord Shiva. By the grace of Krishna, it thus appears that Kailash has a special significance. It is almost like the residence of Lord Krishna. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunutenu Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Krupatamam Vande Paramananda Madhum Shri Chaitanya Shri Gurundarina. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I guess Maharaj is not here today. He is traveling. Okay. So here's a description of abode of Kuvera. It's nearby abode of Lord Shiva. That is Kailasha. And they were talking about desire tree. They are found in Krishna Lok. Also, same thing with same desire tree are there also in Kailash. Okay. And here Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigod. Can you believe that? So much money there. Demigod has so much opulence, and he is a treasurer of the opulence. He said, okay, take it away. But here we get money from Lakshmi Devi. She's the one that gives us all this, Lakshmi Devi. But Kuvera is the treasurer of all the demigods. So I guess he's giving them what they deserve. Anything else, Ekendra Prabhu?
I was thinking as we were reading this, we read earlier of the frustration of the sacrifice, and some of the people that frustrated that sacrifice were the Guhyakas.
Guhyakas, yes.
And the Guhyakas are they're Kuvera's people, the Yakshas and the Guhyakas. And I did little research on Guhyaka. Guhya means hidden, like Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. It's an open,
very secret, yeah.
It's a secret thing. So two meanings for Guhyakas there. They keep, because they're in charge of money, typically treasure is kept hidden. And also they're very hard to see, at least for us mere mortals. They sometimes have different descriptions. They show up in some Western literature. You can read this in Sariputta Prabhu's book, The Mysteries of the Sacred Universe. They're the same personalities. They show up as gnomes in some European literature. They match the description of the Guhyakas. They're very into keeping treasure very secure. But I just thought it's interesting now that the demigods are passing through this place, and it's so gorgeous. It's prime real estate.
Kailash
Tulsi Priya, yeah. Tulsi Priya says, I never thought about it before, but if the demigods are supplying everything, what is the need for money or a treasurer?
She's right.
I mean, one easy answer for that you know the context of is you don't know how to run a universe. There's money. It has to be kept somewhere. This is what they do. What do they need money for? I don't know. What do they need?
That's right. Well, actually, yeah, she's right. Anyway.
What are they buying and from whom? Yeah, they don't need to worry about leaving home without their Svarga Express card or whatever it is they carry.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's like a detail thing. Good. Okay, anything else? Text 29. Rakta Kantha Khaga Anika Sarva Mandita Sat Padam. That's the one word here. Kalaham Sakula Preshtham Karadanga Jalashayam. In the celestial forest, there were many birds whose necks were colored reddish and whose sweet sounds mixed with the humming of the bees. The lakes were abundantly decorated with crying swan as well as strong stems lotus flowers. The beauty of the forest was intensified by the presence of various lakes. It is described herein that the lake were decorated with lotus flowers and with swan who played and sang with the birds and the humming bees. Considering all these tributes, one can imagine how beautiful this spot was and how much the demigod passing through enjoyed the atmosphere. There are many paths and beautiful spots created by man on this planet Earth, but none of them can surpass those of Kailash, as they are described in the verse. So here it looks like demigods are flying over and looking around. Yeah? Okay, number 30.
Oh, just a couple of things here, if I could, Prabhu.
Sure.
It kind of goes back to what we were reading before and what Tulsi Priya had mentioned about the need for money or the need for a treasury. And the birds that are in Kailas are described here to some degree. They're colored reddish, they have sweet sounds, their necks are colored reddish. You see this in the Lord's creation, that, and we were discussing this earlier here today, how when you see things there that are designed by Krishna, here the example is birds. We're hearing of all the sweet aromatic aroma of things and the beautiful flowers, and it's just, you can imagine the gorgeousness. You just look at it and go, oh wow. So that sort of thing, it's not a pragmatic or not necessarily always just a practical thing like, well, why does it have to be this way? And we're talking about higher regions of the material universe wherein very pious, elevated personages dwell. And also Prabhupada mentions in a previous purport that it's almost as good as the spiritual world. It's just so incredibly beautiful. And so when Krishna creates, designs things, he does so not like human beings do, but he always does things in the most beautiful way that it just attracts your mind somehow. Like I was talking earlier today about how I just saw on a bush some hanging bird feather. It wasn't colorful, it was gray. It wasn't very big, it was small. But just watching it sway in the breeze, you could see that there was a little sheen to it. It was moving very beautifully. You could see all the tiny little filaments of the feather and you could see that there's some incredible attention to detail there. Not only detail as far as the function of that feather, but as far as how it looked. It caught the light in a certain way and just made you go, ooh, that looks cool. So we're reading these descriptions here, and this is the material world being described. It's not Krishna Loka, but it's almost as good as. And you can see that, the way that Krishna designs and creates everything, it's for everybody's pleasure. Spiritual world, everything is for his pleasure, and everyone enjoys along with him in enhancement of Krishna's enjoyment. But here, as we're going to read, that just going near this place, it makes you feel like, whoa, this is enjoyable. This is great. This is a beautiful spot. Boy, oh boy. And anyway, you get a clearer picture of what goes into this place that's being described.
Okay, one thing comes in my mind by you describing all these things, that whatever we see outside, very gorgeous or very beautiful or way out stuff, we should think about Krishna there. Oh, look at this. Who created all these things? Krishna. And just like the taste of water, you cannot match that to anything else. So that's taste of water is Krishna. And sun, moon, all those things Krishna describes in Bhagavad Gita. I am this, I am that. So the idea is, by looking at these things, not for our own enjoyment, Well, look at it. Krishna made all these things, So we appreciate Krishna and we give credit to Krishna, and that way we become Krishna conscious. That's one way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, Krishna says, I am the taste of water.
Right.
And from one point of view, water is just an essential element of our material bodies. We can't live without it.
Right.
But the fact is that if you get some really nice, pure, cool water, it tastes really good. So it has an attractive feature apart, above and beyond the pragmatic or biological feature that's required for maintenance of the body. So in the same way we were talking about, well, why do you need money? Why do you need treasury? What are they buying? Who are they? Maybe there's just something about the exchange of high levels of currency that's pleasurable. I mean, people like to they enjoy pressing add to cart or buy now. There's a certain rush or pleasure that comes from that's why people become shopaholics. So, we can philosophically speculate that there must be some higher level of that sort of thing going on, even in the higher planets, that gives Kuvera a very important function for certain higher levels of beings.
Very, very true. Because it is all material there anyway. All these planets, except the spiritual planets, they're all material, and it's in a higher, what do you call, higher than what we have here. So yeah, you're right. Everything material. Okay, so Venkatesh Prabhu, I see you here. Ready to take it on now?
Yes, please. Could you tell me the verse number again, please?
Yeah, let's see. We have number 29. No. 30. Number 30, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Vanakunjara Sangrishta Harichandana Vayuna Adi Punya Jana Srinam Muhur Unmathayanmana. All these atmospheric influences unsettled the forest elephants who flocked together in the sandalwood forest, and in the bowing wind agitated the minds of damsels there for further sexual enjoyment. Purpose. Whenever there is a nice atmosphere in the material world, immediately there is an awakening of the sexual appetite in the minds of materialistic persons. This tendency is present everywhere within this material world, not only on this earth, but in higher planetary systems as well. In complete contrast with the influence of this atmosphere on the minds of the living entities within the material world is the description of the spiritual world. The women there are hundreds and thousands of times more beautiful than the women here in this material world. And the spiritual atmosphere is also many times better. Yet, despite the pleasant atmosphere, the minds of the denizens do not become agitated because in the spiritual world, the Vaikuntha planets, the spiritualistic minds of the inhabitants are so much absorbed in the spiritual vibration of chanting the glories of the Lord that such enjoyment could not be surpassed by any other enjoyment, even sex, which is the culmination of all the pleasure in the material world. In other words, in the Vaikuntha Loka, in spite of its better atmosphere and facilities, there is no impetus for sex life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 2.59, Param Drishtva Nivartate. The inhabitants are so spiritually enlightened that in the presence of such spirituality, sex life is insignificant. So here really there are two things I could see that one is that Prabhupada is describing the effect of the externals on our internals, particularly the external environment has an influence on our mind, and there are so many we can say examples we can discuss on this. And the second one is about the main difference between the spiritual world and the material world, and the inhabitants of the material world and the spiritual world. Mm, Coming to the to the first part of the purport, where Prabhupada is saying that wherever there is a nice atmosphere in the middle world, immediately there is an awakening of the sexual appetite in the minds of middle-aged persons. So, a few years back, I was staying in one place. So then I was there for a short period of time because for whatever reason I was there. Like, it was already destined that I'll be there only for a short time. So I didn't try to organize my room properly at that time. Then there was a senior person with me. So then he was telling me that he was trying to tell me indirectly that uh, that clutter outside me very likely means that there is clutter inside. So he was trying to tell me that we have to keep things organized. So then it will be very nice for the mind also. So we see that very much in the Western world, it is very much prominent that there are government parks and there are trees and sidewalks nicely paved. So people very much value that. There should be cleanliness. There should be we can say greenery. So these things are very much there. So that will keep our mind in the mode of goodness. So that is one thing that therefore we have to, as devotees, even Prabhupada I think said something like that cleanliness is next to godliness, and again I think he said that cleanliness is godliness. So so we have to keep things clean outside, and then it leads to cleanliness inside. But here, going to the next level, as we can see, I think we saw earlier also that even though everything is clean, is nice, so because mode of goodness is contaminated in the material world by the lower modes, so even when things are very much, we can say, in the mode of goodness, the contamination can come that I can now enjoy. So then that is what is happening here in the minds of the materialistic people. And materialistic people doesn't mean they are just here and you can say smoking, drinking. So it is not here in this world. Even in the higher planets, there are materialistic tendencies in the mind of conditioned souls.
You can
So
talk
because
about
the whole
verse that says 259 Param Drishtva Nivartate. Maybe talk about that verse.
yes, I will check on whether this.
259.
Yes, the full, verse 259 is Vishaya Vinivartante Niraharesya Dehina Rasavarjam Rasopyasya Param Drishtva Nivartate. Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense object remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Particularly, Param Drishtva Nivartate. Param means far superior. Drishtva means experience. Nivartase means ceasing. So, particularly uh, higher taste. So that is, I think, one of the books also, which was in ISKCON for quite some time. It's a cookbook. So, just 1 minute. So this cookbook is amazing. It was written by, I think, Yamuna was a Jivan Prabhupada disciple, and it has won various awards. So unless there is higher taste, we cannot give up the lower taste.
Mhm.
So we can see, like for example, poor people, they eat some very simple food, but then a rich person who can afford better food, like he may take better food, like very opulent food cooked with various nice ingredients. But then if you give him some simple food, that may not like last him for long. Once in a while it's okay, but because he has got the higher taste, the lower taste no more is there.
Mm.
So yes, and coming to the description of the spiritual world, that is amazing. Like it's not ordinary that anyone can write about the spiritual world. Somebody only who has experience can write it. And of course, it collaborates with various other scriptures. There are descriptions in various places, but Prabhupada has given everything in one place for us. That is nice. Mm, so
We
in the spiritual,
create
yeah,
higher taste in order to get rid of the lower taste. Unless and until you create higher taste, there is you still remain on this lower level. So Krishna conscious, in other words, is higher taste, and if you develop that, then all the other lower taste we can get rid of that. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
thank
Now let's see. We can go on number 31 now.
Praveen Krishna
Okay.
Prabhu. I wasn't sure Venkatesh Prabhu was finished speaking, actually. Did you have more you wanted to say?
Yeah, just one thing I wanted to add about the spiritual world, because I am very much amazed by what Prabhupada has given here. That though in the spiritual world, mind is like, I mean, everything is more beautiful, that people are more beautiful, the atmosphere is so many times better. The spiritualistic minds are so much absorbed in the spiritual vibration of chanting the glories of the Lord that such enjoyment could not be surpassed by any. So we can see amazingly that spiritual vibration of chanting of the glories of the Lord, how much that can be like for the soul. I think that is the greatest nourishment. So here in Mayapur we have Pancharattva. So one day when taking darshan, there was a like
You mean here in
inspiration that
Mayapur?
what is that?
You are in Mayapur?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't
here
know.
for last 3, 4 years now. I'm a teacher in this
My God,
school
no.
here.
Wow, that's
I
great.
met once Pancharattva Prabhu. He was right here. I think 2 years ago, I met him on the street here. And anyways, I invited him to our school. So anyways, that was vacation time in Gaur Purnima. But here we see Pancharattva. They are chanting and dancing and they're going around. But who are they? They are they are His Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya and Balram. So if we can see what do they enjoy, they enjoy chanting of the holy name. So what is the level of we can say enjoyment which can come? Like Krishna has everything in this material world and the spiritual world. Everything belongs to him. There's no enjoyment he is not getting or doesn't have access to. But if Panchatattva, they are chanting the holy name and they are enjoying. So it should be something really amazing, I feel. So I have not realized, but this is what I was thinking one day.
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Very true. If they are singing and they are enjoying, we should just follow them. All right, Prabhu. So, next, what we have? Anything in the chat box?
Yes, Praveen Krishna Prabhu had something. He gives us that verse comparing to the abode of Vaikuntha. Yat sankulang haripadanati matra drishtayar Vaidurya marakatahema mayar vimanahi Yeshang prihat katik tata smita shobhimukya Krishnat manang naraja adadur utsmayadhyai. The inhabitants of Vaikuntha travel in their airplanes made of lapis lazuli, emerald, and gold, although crowded by their consorts who have large hips and beautiful smiling faces. They cannot be stimulated to passion by their mirth and beautiful charms. Hare Krishna.
All right. Who wants to go next now? Let's see what we have. Radesh Prabhu is here. Radesh Das.
I am maybe not in the best location
Oh,
for
okay.
rendering a reading,
Sure,
but I'm enjoying listening.
All right, great. Murari Gupta Das. Where are you? Who is this? Murari Gupta. Murari G. G for Gupta? There you go. Are you able to read?
No, my voice doesn't work very well.
Yeah, okay, let's see your face now. We don't see you, Murari Gupta, often.
Not very adept with my phone.
Murari Gupta Prabhu has audio issues. And
Yeah, that's right. All right.
yes, that's why he remains Gupta. Maybe Vijay Krishna Prabhu can read.
No, Praveen Prabhu. Where is Praveen Prabhu? Oh, that's Murari Gupta right there.
Jai Murari.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Now we all know who Murari Gupta is.
Okay.
All right, where's Praveen Prabhu? Who's putting all that stuff on the chat box and never say anything? Praveen Prabhu, speak up.
He's my good friend actually, but then he may not be in a position to speak.
Okay, let's see. Praveen says, I am in Japa Hall. Where is that? Where are you located, Prabhu? Japa Hall.
No, he's in Pune, Prabhuji. He's
Okay.
in Pune in the
Right.
camp temple.
And don't mention too much on the chat box. We have to read so much. If you want to put in chat box, just do by yourself and then say something. Okay, I'll go now. Vaidurya Kruta Sopana Vapya Utpala Malini Praptam Kim Purushay Društva Ta Aradashu Tavartadam. They also saw that the bathing ghats and their staircases were made of Vaidurya money. The water was full of lotus flowers. Passing by such lake, the demigods reached a place where there was a great banyan tree. So this great banyan tree they are passing, that's underneath Lord Shiva and Parvati sits there. That's banyan tree. And the next verse is they're talking about banyan tree, how high it is. Sayojana Shatodesda Padunavita Payata Paryak Krutachala Chayo Ninardi Satap Varjitaha. That banyan tree was 800 miles high. Wow, 800 miles. And its branches spread over 600 miles around. The tree cast a fine shade which permanently cooled the temperature. Yet there was no noise of birds. Generally, in every tree, there are bird nests, and the birds congregate in the evening and create noise. But it appears that this banyan tree was devoid of nest, and therefore it was calm, quiet, and peaceful. There were no disturbances from noise or heat, and therefore this place was just suitable for meditation. Yeah, this is interesting. Here in this material world, we have so much noise everywhere you go, even under the tree. The birds are humming, but apparently this tree has no nest inside, and no birds are living there. Interesting. And look at the height, 800 miles high. That's from here to Florida, I guess. Wow. Approximately. From New Jersey to Florida. Anyway. Venkatesh Prabhu, you want to go next?
Okay, Ruji. Serving you.
Sure.
Tasmin Mahayogam Maye Mumukshu Sharane Sura Dadrishu Shivam Asinam Tyaktamarsham Ivantakam. Translation. Demigods saw Lord Shiva sitting under that tree, which was competent to give perfection to mystic yogis and deliver all people. As grave as time eternal, he appeared to have given up all anger. Purport. In this verse, the word Mahayogamaye is very significant. Yoga means meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Mahayogi means those who engage in the devotional service of Vishnu. Meditation means smarana. There are 9 different kinds of devotional service, of which smaranam is one process. The yogi remembers the form of Vishnu within his heart. Thus, there were many devotees engaged in meditation on Lord Vishnu under the big banyan tree. The Sanskrit word Maha is derived from the affix Mahat. This affix is used when there is a great number of or quantity. So Mahayoga indicates that there were many great yogis and devotees meditating on the form of Lord Vishnu. Generally, such meditators are desirous of liberation from material bondage, and thus they are promoted to the spiritual world, to one of the Vaikunthas. Liberation means freedom from material bondage or nuisance. In the material world, we are suffering life after life because of our bodily identification, and liberation is freedom from that miserable condition of life. In the first paragraph, Prabhupada mainly focuses on the word yoga, Mahayogamay, like that. So here we can see there is association of great souls, Mahayogamay. In the word by word, Prabhupada expands Mahayogamay as having many sages engaged in meditation on the Supreme. So it seems that Lord Shiva has many associates who are also like him, and they meditated on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Particularly, that is also devotional service, because meditation means remembering smarana, one of the 9 processes. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Palasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Vakyam, Atmanivedanam. So Prahlad Maharaj mentioned that these are the 9 processes of devotional service. So meditation or smaranam is also a stage which comes after a certain level of Shravanam and Kirtanam. So unless one person has done proper Shravanam and Kirtanam, smaranam will not be easy. Remembering. So the yogi remembers the form of Vishnu within his heart. So that is the Paramatma realization, that 400 Vishnu is within the heart of every living entity. So, so they have chosen a very nice place, that is the big banyan tree, which is humongous, 800 miles high and 600 miles. I mean, in the what direction is that? 600 miles around. So the radius may be 600. That is a big area. In India, actually, in Kolkata, there is a very big banyan tree. It's the world's biggest banyan tree. And I think, I'm not sure, maybe somebody knows the information, but it's really huge. I think it's something like the radius of the tree is around, I think like 500 meters or something. 500 meters, like the radius. So that means almost like 1 kilometer diameter, and it's covering the whole area. There's, I think, Kolkata Botanical Garden. So you can see even on Earth there are some amazing trees and really huge. I think, and in USA there are these redwood trees, like very huge, and even a car can go through it, and then they are 7,000 years old. So something similar is seen on this in this area. Then going to the second paragraph, yes. So liberation is very much focused on Mahayoga, and there were many yogis there in that under the banyan tree, along with Lord Shiva. And what do they do? Why do they meditate? They are desirous of liberation from material bondage, and then they are promoted to the spiritual world, to one of the Vaikunthas. Because they meditate on the four-handed form of Vishnu, they ultimately attain him. And Vishnu, as we know, is in Vaikunthas. Like there are so many planets in the spiritual world where there are different forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Um, so um, yes, and then liberation means freedom from material bondage or nescience. Nescience means ignorance. The Back to Godhead magazine has a caption. Does anyone remember that? I think it was from uh, from nescience to light, something like that. So there's a very nice caption. Oh, I have one Back to Godhead here. Let's see. Uh,
Godhead is light, nescience
ah,
is darkness. Where there is Godhead, there is no nescience.
oh yes, amazing.
All right.
Where there is Godhead, there is no nescience. Yes. Yeah, this
Venkat,
was
I
the.
think I see Maharaj here. Please
Oh,
accept our obeisances, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Maharaj, we are on this verse here, verse number 34 of the 6th chapter, the 4th canto.
Carry on.
Okay, the last thing I was thinking of telling is that this here meditation and the purpose of meditation and the result of meditation is elaborated by Prabhupada. Actually, there's a book also I've seen. I like that book very much. It's a small book. It is compiled by Dhruta Karma Prabhu, and the title is Meditation. And in that book, a nice thing what Prabhuji has given is he has compiled meditation means. I like by searching Veda base, Veda meditation means. He got so many quotes of Prabhupada, and it's all combined in one place in that book, and it's really nice. Meditation means dash dash dash. Meditation means dash dash dash. So it's very nice. I like it very much. Meditation means to focus on the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality Godhead, like that. So
And here,
nowadays there's so many.
here it is said, what we are doing, chanting Hare Krishna mantra and meditating on Krishna, that is called Mahayoga. It's not ordinary yoga, it's Mahayoga.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Prabhu, I think we will hear from Maharaj now, whenever Maharaj is ready.
You're on 33 or 34?
Yeah, we just read 33.
There's a comment there that on Antakam that Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that he was like death, grave. Prabhupada says the grave, and the Chakravarti Thakur says like death. So that's Antakam, because Antakale Chamamevya, at the end of time. So Antakam, the death is the final end of everything. So Lord Shiva was a grave like that. That's all. Hare Krishna.
All right, Venkatesh Prabhu, next please. Number 34. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah. Text 34.
Yeah.
Sananda Deir Mahasiddhai Shantai Samsanta Vigraham Upasyamanam Sakyacha Bhartra Guhyakarak Rakshasam. Lord Shiva sat there surrounded by saintly persons like Kuvera, the master of the Guhyakas, and the four Kumaras, who were already liberated souls. Lord Shiva was grave and saintly. Purport. The personalities sitting with Lord Shiva are significant because the four Kumaras were liberated from birth. It may be remembered that after their birth, these Kumaras were requested by their father to get married and beget children in order to increase the population of the newly created universe. But they refused, and at that time, Lord Brahma was angry. In that angry mood, Rudra or Lord Shiva was born. Thus, they were intimately related. Kuvera, the treasure of the demigods, is fabulously rich. Thus, Lord Shiva's association with the Kumaras and Kuvera indicates that he has all the transcendental and material opulences. Actually, he is the qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his position is very exalted. Because there is less time, I think we can hear from Maharaj.
Yes. Thank you.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastite So surrounded by the Kumaras and Kuvera, so he's surrounded by wealth and by pronunciation and knowledge. So those who had wealth were still, a wealthy man is like, who are you? He doesn't want to associate with the peasants, and a person who's renounced doesn't want to associate with those who are attached. But the Kumaras were there to get the association of Lord Shiva. Kuvera wants to serve Lord Shiva. So even though Lord Shiva doesn't even have a roof over his head, he surpasses the opulence of the Kuvera, the treasure of the demigods. And even though he appears like a madman and so on, he surpasses in knowledge and renunciation such great persons as the Kumaras. So, and Prabhupada makes the point that practically he's almost on the level of Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he's a qualitative incarnation, that is, an incarnation of one of the qualities of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. We are almost running out of time now.
Going back just a little bit, Tulsi Priya did mention one of the largest, if not the largest, banyan trees, which I could probably mispronounced very well, but it's according to Wikipedia, its canopy covers 4.721 acres, at least in 1989. So maybe the one in Calcutta is bigger now.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahans Parivacharya. Astotra Sessions Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahans Parivacharya. Astotra Sessions Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय. नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त की जय. श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिगो धाम की जय. वृंदावन धाम की जय. मथुरा धाम की जय. मायापुर नवदी धाम की जय. जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय. गंगा मई जमुना मई की जय. तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय. समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All with Shri Gaurang.
Jai Jai. Thank you so much, Mahesh Pandit Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And so glad you could join us, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for carrying on.
You've inspired us to do so. What can we do?
That's right, Maharaj. You start.
Bhagavatam is inspiring.
Thank you.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj ki jai.
Samaveta Bhaktabrinda ki jai.
Yeah.
Gaur Premanande.
Hare
Mhm.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you,
Thank
Mahesh
you.
Pandit Prabhu. Jaya.
Mhm.